Hey everyone, welcome back to AD Finance. Today, let's talk about hottest IPOs that are about to hit the market, right? Four companies that everyone is talking about finally opening their doors to regular investors like you and me for the very first time. If you like staying ahead on these market moves, hit that like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you are always in the loop. So, without any further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, before we start, right, what is an IPO? That's what I want to first cover, right? So, IPO stands for Initial Public Offering. This is when a private company lists its shares on the stock market for the very first time, letting everyday investors buy in. So, before IPO day, only company insiders, big banks, and funds, right, they could get access, often at a set price. But when the stock starts trading, anyone can become a shareholder. Here's the thing, IPOs can be volatile. The price often swings hard the first few days as supply and demand meet, and some early investors sell for a fast profit, right? That's why IPOs get so much attention, but also come with some serious risks. Okay, so that's out of the way. Now let's get into the four biggest IPO stories of the week and take a close look at what each company does, their numbers, and their opportunities and risks for the investors. I'm going to list all of these things for each of them, right? First up is Klarna, right? So that's a Swedish fintech giant, best known for its buy now, pay later options, right? That millions of online shoppers use around the world. So Klarna lets you split your payments into smaller installments with no interest, making big purchases feel manageable and boosting conversion rates for the retailers, right? Now, about the dates, right? So the IPO price range is gonna be around 35 to $40 per share, and that's gonna be, I would say it's gonna be close to 40, right? Valuation wise, that's nearly 19.65 billion after their debut pop, right? And the capital raise target, they're targeting 1.37 billion. Their revenue for the quarter two was about 823 million. The profitability showed a small 29 million profit recently, but has posted losses in US during its expansion. So definitely keep all these things in mind when you start researching, right? Some more info about that, right? This was founded in 2005. It has grown into a global payment powerhouse, right? With over 100 million active users in 45 countries and participants with more than 700K merchants, right? Including Walmart, Canada, Macy's, and a lot of them, right? Their main idea is, right, that's pay in four plan, right? Which lets customer break purchases into four easy payments, and Klarna boosts industry leading default and delinquency rates, right? However, their rapid US push has been expensive, and the buy now, pay later trend draws scrutiny from regulators over concerns that customers might overextend themselves. So, these are some of the risks. If I outline the risk, right? So, it faces significant, like I said, regulatory pressure, including one of the recent 45 million fine in Sweden for the compliance issues. And the global watchdog are actually increasing oversight on BNPL providers to protect consumers, right? So overall, I would say these are some of the risks that you should be aware of before putting some of your money, right? So like I said, IPOs are always carry some risks. So do your own research about this company and then only make your move. Okay, second, right? Now let's talk about the StubHub. That's the second one. This is an online ticket marketplace that practically synchronous with event resales, right? If you have bought tickets for a sold out concert or a game, there's a good chance you use StubHub, right? On the IPO details, the IPO price range is 22 to 25 per share. Valuation they're targeting is about $9 billion. Capital raise target is 850 million, and their revenue for 2024 was around $1.8 billion, right? Profitability, they are not yet profitable. They're posting a 2.8 million loss last year, right? So, if I talk about the company, right, StubHub was founded in 2000, and it quickly became a trusted platform for buying and selling tickets to the sports concerts and theater events, making ticket reselling secure and much more accessible for everyone. The platform stands out by offering purchase guarantees and partnership with some major venues and sports organizations, right, including NBA and MLB. So that's the reputation they carry. They are mostly in this ticketing market, and some of the things that does not go with the company is the company faces stiff competition from Ticketmaster and Vivid Seats and has to continuously address these concerns over ticket prices, right? So their IPO is gonna aim to fuel that further tech investments that they're planning. So if they have a successful IPO, they will plan to lead that ticketing space, right? So risk-wise, if I talk about StubHub operates in a highly competitive market, like I said, with a razor thin margins, right, and persistent consumer complaints about fees. So main risk, if I say, is the competition, right, that it faces from all these Ticketmaster and all, right. So and it's a very competitive space, if you know, and the ticket, the concerts and everything, right. So a lot depends on their partnership. So that's the main risk with this company. Always, I would say, do your own research before you start to put your own money. The third one, right? And that's Gemini, the US regulated crypto exchange that was founded by the Winklevoss twins, right? Famous for their early role in Facebook story and as an influencer figure in the crypto world. If I talk about the numbers, the IPO price range is gonna be about 17 to $19 per share. The valuation they're targeting is 2.3 billion, and their 2025 revenue, well, the first half was 68 million, right? Profitability wise, they're still deep in the red with about 282 million losses this year. So Gemini has built its brand on trust, focusing on strong security and regulatory compliance, which sets it apart from many international rivals, right? Originally, it was launched in 2014. The platform lets user buy, sell, and store cryptocurrencies. You may have definitely used them. They are aiming to attract both everyday Americans and institutions. So Gemini also operates a secure crypto wallet, staking services, and the Gemini dollar stablecoin, right? And it's known for its frequently working with US regulators, often positioning itself as a safe bridge between traditional finance and crypto innovations, right? So the company founders are outspoken about and advocating about expanding US crypto adoption, and Gemini's IPO comes at a time when institutions are once again exploring crypto investments after a turbulent few years, right? So they have a very good chance that a lot of people are gonna pour in their money for this IPO. Some of the risk that it carries, right? Like I said before, Gemini is navigating a very volatile and evolving crypto market, and that's regulatory uncertainty is always there about all these crypto markets. Large ongoing losses that I mentioned, they're in deep red when it comes to the profitability. They are still not profitable, and anything that US tightens around crypto regulation are gonna have a direct impact on this company. So definitely be cautious about this one. Do your own research, like I said, before you put your own money. Okay, finally, let's look at the Black Rock Coffee Bar, right? A fastest growing coffee chain that's drawing comparisons to Dutch Bros and even Starbucks in its underdog ambition, right? And they are, if we talk about the US locations, they have 158 stores across 7 US states, mostly in the West and Southwest, right? And their focus is drive-through specialty coffee. Talking about the numbers, the IPO price range is gonna be 16 to $18 per share. The valuation they're targeting is 860 million. The capital raise target is 265 million, and their first half of 2025 revenue was around $95 million, right? Profitability wise, they are still in losses of about $2 million, right? Some more facts about the coffee chain, right? So that was they are founded in 2008 in Oregon and has rapidly expanded from there, focusing on quick and friendly drive-through service and community-oriented stores. The brand has built a good royal regional following with its emphasis on convenience and local connection, right? While differentiating itself with creative drinks and a culture-driven vibe. So their expansion strategy mostly targets fast-growing suburban areas, and they're going to leverage technology for drive-through orders, creating an efficient customer experience, right? So that's their main idea about expansion and everything. That's why they are doing the IPO at this time. Now, always we should talk about the risk, right? So the risk-wise, BlackRock faces some good competition from Starbucks, Dutch Bros, and other some specialty coffee chains, right? I would say Starbucks and Dashbros. Those two are gonna be the big competitor. Now, rapid scaling poses operational and financial risks that they're targeting a rapid expansion that always comes with the risk. And coffee market volatility, rising commodity prices, and consumer tastes that shifts, right? So that's another challenge that they have on their way. Okay, let's do a quick recap. Okay, all four, right? First one was Klarna, StubHub, Gemini, and BlackRock Coffee Bar, right? They are the brand names with wide recognition, but none of them are solidly profitable as they go public, right? So these IPOs are about long-term growth potential and market disruption, not their current earnings. So if you see a future growth in them, then only you should basically put your money. Every company faces tough competition and sector specific risks, so it's important to dig beneath the hype before you start investing. Okay, before I go, right, so which one of these IPOs you are interested in, definitely put that in my comment and I'm gonna look at that. Which one do you think is most promising for the long term? So drop your comment below with your thoughts about that. If you have any questions about this one or anything related to especially options trading, definitely subscribe to my channel and do ask your questions. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.